You're watching KYMA, where news comes first. This is News 11 Today.
Thank you for joining me on Today. I'm Molly Lang. 3 teenagers are charged with murder after the police say that they beat up 3 homeless men, killing 2 of them in the Albuquerque, New Mexico lot. Police say that the teens between 15 and 18 years old admitted to targeting the city's homeless and that they've done this at least 50 times over the past year. Officers say that the man who survived Saturday's beating told police who attacked them. Police say that the men were sleeping when they were beaten with cinder blocks and metal poles. Coming up on Sunrise, the plane crashed near Sedona, Arizona on Sunday, taking the lives of 4 people. More on that cause of the crash.
Plus, 2 trains collide near a small town in Wisconsin, why residents have been evacuated.
And teens are arrested in New Mexico for brutal slayings of homeless men. The story of why they targeted those while they were sleeping. Today is Monday, July 21st. Sunrise continues now.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11 Sunrise, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise. Kelly Taylor has the morning off so far. Right now, really warm outside as far as the last couple of days, but things are only going to get warmer. And I asked Barbara if she was ready. She said that, we're ready. No big deal. But you said,
I could use a good rain right now.
I wish we could have some type of, nice looking, monsoon storm come in, but it doesn't look like anything is going to change. So looking at the sky cam outside right now, looking pretty warm out there.
And at least 1 home remains evacuated after a large sinkhole opened up Saturday in a Spring Hill, Florida neighborhood. The sinkhole is estimated to be about 40 yards by 40 yards wide and around 30 feet deep. Deputies from the county sheriff's office monitored the depression since it was first reported on Saturday. There have been no reports of the sinkhole growing, and residents of 3 other homes were allowed to return Sunday.
A train accident in the village of Singler, Wisconsin happened Sunday night. 2 trains hit each other Sunday night. Several of the rail cars also derailed. Upwards of 100 nearby homes in Singler were evacuated as precautionary measure, as at least one of the trains was hauling cars that were carrying diesel fuel or propane. Officials say some 5,000 gallons of diesel fuel also spilled from the
before hitting China and Vietnam over the weekend. State media said that the storm killed 17 people in China.
Well, coming up next on Sunrise, I'll have your full 8-day forecast, which includes very, very warm temperatures by midweek. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Crew and the Sedona Fire District were on the scene Sunday evening. 1 hotshot crew and 3 helicopters are planned to respond Monday. Wildfires rage across the west this weekend.
And at least 1 home remains evacuated after a large sinkhole opened up Saturday in a Spring Hill, Florida neighborhood. The sinkhole is estimated to be about 40 yards by 40 yards wide and around 30 feet deep. Deputies from the county sheriff's office monitored the depression since it was first reported on Saturday. There have been no reports of the sinkhole growing, and residents of 3 other homes were allowed to return Sunday.
A train accident in the village of Singler, Wisconsin happened Sunday night. 2 trains hit each other Sunday night. Several of the rail cars also derailed. Upwards of 100 nearby homes in Singler were evacuated as precautionary measure, as at least one of the trains was hauling cars that were carrying diesel fuel or propane. Officials say some 5,000 gallons of diesel fuel also spilled from the
And back in this country, a break for firefighters battling a massive wildfire in central Washington state. Cooler, damper weather has now moved in and winds are calming down.
However, officials say some 150 homes have already been destroyed. We get the latest from NBC's Jacob Raskin in Alta Lake, Washington.
On the front lines of the Carlton complex,
Officers say the man who survived Saturday's beating told police who attacked him. Police say that the men were sleeping when they were beaten with cinder blocks and metal poles. Well, there's a growing trend of people using wearable cameras to capture moments throughout their day.
Cool or creepy? Bob Hansen reports. There are clear laws that protect people from having their voice recorded without knowing it, but those laws don't necessarily apply to pictures, especially in a public place. Well, still ahead on Sunrise, an iconic actor passed away over the weekend.
Yeah,
I think it was that charming old man from The Notebook.
and Maverick, right?
Yes.
All right.
I
but
loved
first,
him in that.
let's take a look at what's coming up on today. Welcome back, everyone. It's 19 until the top of the hour. And Molly, have you ever watched the show Maverick when you're growing up?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, James Garner was a stud.
I know. Any other movies you like him in?
The Notebook.
Yeah.
I've probably seen that 100 times.
I think everybody else has to. I have because I'm married, so.
There we go. You got to stay married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tributes are pouring in from fellow actors following the death of James Garner. From Tom Selleck, he said that Jim was a mentor to me and a friend, and I will miss him. And the 86-year-old actor was found dead last night at his home in Los Angeles. His career spanned more than 50 years and included 2 hit TV series, which were 20 years apart.
He had that Hollywood leading man look and a film career that spanned decades. But it was television that made James Garner a household name. The show that launched him to fame, Maverick, in 1957. He played dry-witted gambler Brett Maverick, more likely to talk his way out of a tight spot than pull out his gun.
$3,000 is a lot of money, but it won't bring you happiness.
He had his share of big screen roles, acting opposite Marlon Brando, Doris Day, and Steve McQueen. And in 1964, he appeared opposite Julie Andrews in the Americanization of Emily.
I really liked that film. It was the first film that I felt like I could really get my teeth in a little bit.
Well, famous Broadway star Elaine Stritch has died. A legend on Broadway and in the entertainment business, her career has spanned over 6 decades. She was a New York institution brassy with a voice to match. She worked with some of the all-time great composers, including Stephen Sondheim, who wrote her signature song, The Ladies Who Lunch from Company. And she was also introduced to a whole new audience on TV in the last decade during her Emmy-winning turn as Alec Baldwin's mother on 30 Rock. Elaine Stritch died at home in Michigan. She was 89 years old.
Well, a lot of us grew up, well, not me, I don't know about you, but maybe younger than me, grew up watching Harry Potter. What about you?
I'm not going to say.
You're not a Potter fan?
I am a Potter fan, but I'm not going to say whether I grew up watching it or not.
All right.
But there is a new Harry Potter attraction that opened in Japan on Tuesday.
Thank you for sharing your passion and your enthusiasm for the films and books with us as well, because it means so much after all these years to still have that love. And thank you for welcoming us as part of your celebration.
I'm so excited to see the Japanese fans getting this opportunity to walk through this fabulous park. Very pleased to see some Slytherin t-shirts over there as well, some home support, so thank you very much for having us.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of kids running around with sticks that they got off the tree in their backyard right now because they're so in love with Harry Potter.
Maybe.
You're probably one of those kids, aren't you? Don't talk about what I do after the show. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to toss a break. We'll have more weather coming up after the break, as well as those nice warm temperatures we can expect in midweek. Stay with us. We'll be right back. 14 for our Thursday. Friday's at 116, looking at 112 for Saturday. So the warm temperatures stay nothing below 110 degrees except for tomorrow. So the warm temperatures look like they're going to last for a while. Molly?
Well, thank you, Joey. CNBC's Morgan Brennan has a look at the day ahead in business news.
All right, Molly, so when you pack for vacation, how many bags do you take?
Too many.
Too many?
I would say,
Typical.
let's say like a week vacation, I probably have 1 to 2 suitcases, a carry-on, a backpack, a purse.
And you fly?
Yes.
You know it costs money for that.
Southwest, 2 free bags.
You flying by yourself, you ain't flying with me. You better start walking. All right, well, when it comes to for packing for vacation this summer, most Americans are also packing portable devices.
Well, smartphones aren't the only electronics coming along for the ride. Details from NBC's Chris Clackham.
Well, we're going to show you something that was out of this world literally, what was it, 25 or
45.
45 years ago. I'm way out here.
Do you remember
that? No.
Just kidding.
We'll show you what that was after the break, if she's still here. If she's still be watching for you guys, make sure you send us updates if Rob Cram can't make it over. All right, Molly, 45 years ago, it was one small step for mankind, or one small step for man, one giant step
for
mankind.
Okay.
I was trying to see if you knew that.
Apparently
Anyways,
not.
we're going to leave you this morning with some sights and sounds from 45 years ago today.
We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Shadow. 4 forward, drift into the right a little. 30 seconds forward, drift. Contact light. Okay, engine stop.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you.
Hi, thank you for joining me on Today. 4 people died when a plane crashed near Sedona, Arizona Sunday afternoon. The crash also sparked a brush fire in Fay Canyon. Hikers reported seeing a plane crash into the side of the rim. 2 helicopters, 2 engines, 1 fuel crew, and the Sedona Fire District were on the scene Sunday evening. 1 hotshot crew and 3 helicopters are planned to respond Monday. Wildfires raged across the West this weekend. Thank you for joining me on Today. International investigators are pressing for more access to the crash site of the Malaysian air flight MH17. Amidst growing concerns, critical evidence is being compromised. Meanwhile, the U.S. says powerful evidence indicates Russian-backed separatists are to blame for the crash. Danielle Lee is in Washington with the latest.
You're watching KYMA, where news comes first. This is News 11 Today.
Thank you for joining me on Today. I'm Molly Lang. 3 teenagers are charged with murder after the police say that they beat up 3 homeless men, killing 2 of them in the Albuquerque, New Mexico lot. Police say that the teens between 15 and 18 years old admitted to targeting the city's homeless and that they've done this at least 50 times over the past year. Officers say that the man who survived Saturday's beating told police who attacked them. Police say that the men were sleeping when they were beaten with cinder blocks and metal poles.
In Washington, I'm Danielle Lee, NBC News.
And with Russia accused of being complacent with the downing of the Malaysia Airlines jet, how is Moscow responding?
Well, let's find out. NBC's Jim Maceda has more now from the reaction there.